So if you look inside the walls of, well, the world's most advanced boardrooms, you actually won't find expensive or heavy video cables.
No, you really won't.
Right. You'll actually find something that looks like it belongs in the 1990s. Standard computer network cables.
Yeah, the basic ones.
Exactly. So today's mission for this deep dive is demystifying that invisible technology, making our modern collaborative spaces actually function seamlessly.
It's an invisible architecture, really.
It is. We are looking at a specific piece of hardware today. It's the Atlona HT-DSCV2-70-TX-US 2-gang HDBaseT 2.0 wall plate transmitter.
That is quite the mouthful.
Right. I'm basing this on a product page from HDTVSupply where it is currently listing for $385.
Which is actually pretty solid for what it does.
Yeah. So let's unpack this. Why should you, the listener, care about a wall plate instead of, I don't know, just tossing a long HDMI cord across the conference table?
Well, it's a completely different approach.
Right. I mean, is this device essentially the digital nervous system hiding in the drywall?
I mean, yeah, think of it less like a simple plug and more like a high-speed data bridge. What we're really talking about here is the magic of HDBaseT 2.0 technology.
Okay.
Because if we connect this to the bigger picture of architectural design, running thick, heavy HDMI cables through walls is just a nightmare.
Well, absolutely. They're horrible to work with.
Right. They degrade over distance, they're super hard to bend, and they're expensive. So HDBaseT solves this by allowing uncompressed 4K video, audio, USB data, and even power to run over a single cheap standard Ethernet cable.
Wait, all of that over one cord?
Yeah, like a Cat5 or Cat6 cord. Up to 70 meters.
Up to 70 meters. Wow. Okay, so instead of a tangle of specialized cords, you just have this one basic networking cable bridging the gap.
Exactly.
That fundamentally changes how you design a room, especially when you consider, hybrid meeting chaos.
Oh, the chaos of having people in the room versus people on screens.
Exactly. And the sources say this pairs perfectly with soft codec applications.
Yes, it really does.
Just to clarify for you guys listening, we're talking about software-based video conferencing running right on a laptop like Zoom or Teams or WebEx.
Yeah, instead of those massive, dedicated hardware computer systems just for video calls.
Right.
That is the core use case. I mean, this transmitter is built precisely to conquer that friction in classrooms and huddle spaces.
So you just walk in.
You literally walk in with your laptop, you run your preferred software, and plug into the wall.
And it connects.
Instantly. It instantly connects your personal device to the room's entire audiovisual ecosystem.
Okay, but let's talk about the data load for a second. Pushing 4K video at 60 hertz, along with multi-channel audio like Dolby Atmos.
It's a lot.
I mean, that translates to about 10.2 gigabits of data per second. That is a massive stream of traffic.
Yeah, it's heavy lifting.
And this plate has 3 inputs, right? Like one USB-C and 2 HDMIs. How does it actually manage multiple presenters plugging in and out without creating a traffic jam?
Or without making you hunt for a remote control, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, it all comes down to active monitoring at the hardware level. The wall plate features automatic switching, but it doesn't rely on a software prompt.
Oh, okay. So how does it know?
It constantly monitors the physical ports for an active voltage spike. So the second someone else plugs their laptop into the HDMI or USB-C port,
The brain inside the wall plate detects that voltage change.
exactly, and it physically reroutes the data stream. It hands the presentation over instantly.
Wow. But wait, so pushing 10.2 gigabits of data and powering those automated switching mechanisms, I mean, that generates heat and requires serious energy.
It definitely does.
You can't just pull that out of thin air. Does this thing require an electrician to install a dedicated power outlet right inside the drywall?
You'd think so.
And what about demanding gear, like those robotic pan-tilt zoom cameras? The PTZ ones that physically move around to track you?
Right, those take a lot of juice.
They really do.
But the engineering actually accounts for both the heavy peripherals and the plate itself in a really elegant way.
Oh.
Yeah. For those heavy-duty PTZ cameras, the system provides specific high-current 1.4 amp USB 2.0 ports on the receiver end.
Which is usually tucked away out of sight.
Exactly, usually behind the display. But the wall plate itself operates on POH, which stands for Power over HDBaseT.
Meaning the power travels backwards through that same cheap networking cable we talked about earlier.
You got it. The wall plate draws its operational power directly from the receiver located up to 70 meters away.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it completely eliminates the need to hire an electrician to run high voltage lines or, install an ugly wall plug right at the presentation point.
So if you ever stood at the front of a boardroom sweating because your presentation won't load on the big screen.
We've all been there.
Or you can't figure out which cord powers the camera. This is the unseen infrastructure designed to save you.
You just walk in, plug in one cable, and the room works for you.
It completely shifts the focus. Knowledge is most valuable when understood and applied, and understanding that this architectural solution exists means companies no longer have to settle for technical overload.
Exactly. The hardware handles the friction so you can handle the meeting.
Which brings me to a final thought for you to take away from this deep dive. Next time you walk into a flawlessly running conference room,
Just look at the walls.
right, think about that data traveling 70 meters through the walls in the blink of an eye over a simple network cable.
It's wild to think about.
It really is. If a single wall plate can instantly harmonize our physical and digital tools today, how will this invisible architecture eventually erase the boundaries of the traditional physical workspace entirely?
A great question.
Because once that digital nervous system fully matures, well, the drywall itself might just disappear.